Hello everybody, this is Will Brogan from Commercial Truck Training, back for another edition of Coach's Corner. During this particular week, which is kind of themed as cold to hot week, we're going to talk about taking cold calls and making them at least a little bit warmer than you would by just seeing a number and a name and picking up and calling that number. So a couple of things you can do, because we've run into this situation a lot, that when new dealers come into the dealership and they get started those first couple of weeks, there's an issue with managers wanting to see activity right away. And there's a great quote from legendary basketball coach John Wooden. He once said, "Don't mistake activity for achievement." Now, normally we apply that to the reason to establish relationships over cold calling, but sometimes that whole you need to have the activity of cold calling philosophy still is kind of forced down your throat. So here's a way to remedy that a little bit. Take your time and do some homework on the business in which you see the list. So say, for example, you have a heating and cooling company and just a phone number and maybe a name, maybe not even a name. Look up that heating and cooling company. See what you can find out. See if they have a website, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, any of that stuff. Try to find out who the owner is, who the decision maker is. Maybe if they have an About Us page or a staff page, who the gatekeeper would be if you're going to talk to them. That way you already know the name, and how great would it be? They answer the phone. "Hi, this is ABC Heating and Cooling," and you say, "Hi, is this Mary?" "Well, yes, it is." Conversation goes on from there. Homework is so critical to taking that from super cold call to at least trying to be warm by the time you hang up the phone. So make sure that you prepare for every single call, even if it means your call volume goes from, say, 50 calls a day down to 40, maybe even 35. If you've done it the right way, it will make a difference, and it will allow you that second appointment that a whole lot of people don't have the opportunity to do because they don't prepare for the first call. Remember, Ken always talks about having it be a process. There is at least a 5-step process before you probably even have the right to quote. So don't give up after the first one, but make the right impression by doing the right things and preparing for any kind of cold call that you can by doing that homework and turning it into a warm lead. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week for another edition of Coach's Corner.